I find the perfect dessert pairing after a meal with seafood is something with citrus. So tonight I'm going to make a strawberry rhubarb tart, and it's going to be flavored with orange zest and vanilla bean. Perfect ending to the meal. Remember how a few episodes ago we talked about how making pastry dough can be a little intimidating? Well, I've got a pastry dough that is so easy, and it's basically no fail every time. All you're gonna do is, in your food processor, combine some regular all-purpose flour with butter that's at room temperature and that's just been cut up, pinch of salt, and you're gonna pulse this until it resembles the fineness of grains of sand. It's coming together, and now the next step is to add a few ounces of cream cheese and a touch of heavy whipping cream. And you can add, if you really want to lighten up this dish, you could add half and half instead. I wouldn't recommend using milk because I don't think your dough will have the same texture. And so now I'm going to pulse this, and I'm going to continue to pulse it until the dough starts to form and pulls away from the bowl and actually forms a ball. You're just going to love this dough. It's going to be the go-to pastry dough for your desserts. I simply rolled it out on a work surface that had confectionery sugar sprinkled over it. The confectionery sugar will give it a sweetness. Remember, we didn't add any sugar to our dough, so I like that. You could use flour if you want. I do recommend the confectionery sugar. And then you just lift the dough off the counter or your work surface and into a tart pan that's been greased. And this is basically a pat and press type of dough. So you just pat it into the prepared pan, and then I just go along the sides of the tart pan and take off any of the edges that are hanging over. How simple is this? And there's my beautiful pastry dough. I need to chill this for 30 minutes. So while this is chilling, I'm going to show you how to make the strawberry rhubarb filling. So I'm just cutting up my rhubarb. Rhubarb is a vegetable that is prepared as a fruit. This is the perfect time of year for rhubarb. You want to use it early in the season when it's really at its best. It looks a lot like celery, except that it's pink, but you can see that it very strongly resembles celery, can be a little stringy. And the beautiful thing about rhubarb is, while it's tart, when you prepare it simply by cooking it with some sugar and some sweeter fruits, the natural sweetness comes out, and it plays really, really well with strawberries. So I have one stalk of rhubarb that I've cut up, and to that I'm going to add my strawberries. I'm going to grate some orange zest over it. And the orange and the rhubarb and the strawberry all marry beautifully together. And it's not going to be too strong of an orange taste. You're just going to get it in the background of the dish. Now to this, cornstarch, which will act as our thickening agent to make sure that the fruit is not too runny in the tart, which would make our dough soggy. Sugar, granulated sugar, and vanilla bean paste. Now, vanilla bean paste is found in a lot of specialty stores. You could certainly scrape the insides of a vanilla bean out into this, but I find that this vanilla bean paste is just so simple to use because you just have to drop it off by a spoonful. Okay. Stir it together. And this is going to release the juices of the fruit. It's going to make its own syrup, so to speak. It already smells good in here. Now we're just gonna put the fruit into the tart pan. And you can see that it's already, the cornstarch has mixed with the juices of the fruit to become a syrup. Just spread it out. So pretty. Okay, now this is gonna go into a 350-degree oven for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. For the last 10 minutes of cooking time, I'm going to just melt some strawberry preserves in the microwave so that it takes on a liquid form. I'm going to take the tart out, pour the preserves over the tart, and pop it back in the oven for that last 10 minutes of cooking time. And it's going to form a beautiful glaze and just give it a gorgeous, deep color to this tart. And when we come back, I'm going to plate up our dinner and show you how magnificent this date night's really going to be. Look at this tart. Look at the deep red color. Isn't that beautiful? And really all you need with this, if you want to add something, is a scoop of ice cream, maybe a little bit of whipped cream and a fresh mint sprig, and you are ready to go.